filmmaking. But now I want to ask, and I want to turn the attention into your film, Legacy Africa. So I will open the floor to the audience to make a few questions, but I want to ask the first one. So you are a medical doctor, right? So how does a person trained to treat patients all of a sudden become a film producer?
It's a good question. I wish I could answer it briefly, but to answer that question, I want to take you back to my background. I have a passion for writing. I've been writing books since the age of 12. And when I moved from my native village in Ghana, Pitimpi, to study medicine in Germany, I was shocked to see the cultural change, the difference between my native village, you can imagine, and Europe. So right then, I sat down to write. So I wrote my first book, A Letter to My Dying Mother. And in that book, I sought to narrate to my mother, who was on a deathbed, all that she would have experienced if she had come to Europe. Then I kept on writing. So I got an editor, and a lot of times he told me, Robert, why don't you convert your books into films? Because some of them are so exciting. But of course, the financial aspect kept me back. So for now, I've written about 50 books, and I've realized over time that in this age, the message that I want to send through my books are not going to as much as I wish. Because of social media, people won't spend time on YouTube and online. So then I decided that instead of only keeping the books or the stuff in books, I want to show it to them. So that is why eventually I decided to convert my books into films. As I said, all along, the financial aspect had held me back. As we go on, I'll explain what has changed financially. Not that I've become rich, but eventually it came to a point when I decided to move on all the same with the little means that I have. So that, in a nutshell, that is how I ended up producing my own film.
Thank you.
You wrote the book Legacy Africa, 2 generations of African comfort, the problems of continent sunshine. Can you please provide some background?
Okay, all along the time, my idea is to share the insights that I've gained living in Africa and moving to Europe, my contribution to make Africa, to help in the development of Africa. So on the 40th anniversary of my coming to Europe, my first step was 1982. So on the 40th anniversary, I decided to write something to mark the occasion. So it was in a dream form. In my dream, I was walking on the streets of London, and a young boy of African descent came from school. He was looking sad, upset. So I asked him what was the problem with him. And he told me that, that's the book, Legacy Africa. He told me that he had been bullied in school because of his African heritage. So I asked him to sit down so that I tried to mentor him, tell him that it doesn't matter whatever your color is, and I cited my own example. So as we were conversing, his mate called Bola, the same classmate, she came also to walk by. She walked by. So we called her, she came to join us, and eventually we went to sit in a cafeteria to have a chat about a lot of issues, in particular Africa, why we are not developing, and my suggestions how to move Africa forward. So that is the book. And I went to launch it in Ghana, September 2021, but the message that is stuck in the book, in my view, I was not getting it across enough. So I decided that this book would I will eventually turn it into a film. And my calculation was that because it was the storyline was simple, I thought I could finance it because I just meet the two girls, the boy and the girl, we sit in the cafeteria, and then we talk about Africa. So that was my initial idea. But later I would like to know that it was not as simple as I thought. But initially I thought because the storyline is so easy or simple, I could film it and then with the little financial means at my disposal.
Okay, there's another question. There is one thing having the book and another thing the script. Could you walk us through the process of converting the book into a script? What were the key challenges and how did you overcome them?
Yes, at the time the idea to write to turn into a film came into my mind. I was also working on several manuscripts. So I went online to research, and they said, okay, first we have to convert it into a screenplay. So how do you do it? So I wanted to do some lessons in screenplay, but I realized that, as the saying goes, jack of everything and master of none. So I decided, no, that's too much. So I went online to look for a ghostwriter from Fiverr, this platform. So eventually I got someone, a Nigerian-based ghostwriter, and he got a lot of good references. And because of the cultural background, I said, okay, then I think she will do the job. So I gave her that assignment. And she came out with a very excellent script based on the book, of course. And so that is how I got the script. So as I was giving the lecture on how to do a film, I spoke about the development stage. So you have to get a screenplay because the idea is there, but it has to come live on the screen. Okay. So that's how I came across my ghostwriter who through the internet, and that's how I got the script done. Okay. I hope you get. You're happy with the answer.
I got it.
Yeah. Okay. Good.